Welcome to another episode of Head Office, where we talk all things brains and business. Here's something I want to share with you that I'll bet nobody told you when you started your business. Your brain is not on your side. Not because it's broken, not because you're self sabotaging, but because your brain has one job, and it's not helping you build a 7-figure company. Its job is to keep you alive, keep you safe, and keep things exactly the way they are. Success was never the assignment, survival was. And that mismatch, that's cost you money every single week. Today, we're going to talk about how and, more importantly, what to do about it. Let's get into it. Let's start with the actual neuroscience because I want you to understand that this isn't a mindset problem. It's an architecture of your brain. See, your brain runs on a threat detective system that's been in place for roughly 200,000 years. The amygdala, that's your brain's alarm system, doesn't know the difference between a saber-toothed tiger and a scary sales call. It doesn't know the difference between I might get eaten and I might get rejected. To your nervous system, uncertainty is danger. Full stop. And here's the part that matters for business owners specifically. Growth doesn't happen in the comfort zone. It only happens in the uncertainty every single time. Raise your prices? Uncertain. Hire your first employee? Uncertain. Launch the thing that you've been thinking about for 8 months? Uncertain. Having the hard conversation with the client who's not paying? Uncertain. Your brain reads all of that as risk, not financial risk, like a spreadsheet, but risk like threat to your actual survival. So it does what it's built to do. It pumps the brakes. It starts looking for an exit. It finds you something more important to do instead. This is why you can know exactly what you should do next in your business and still not do it. It's not lazy and it's not lack of discipline. It's that 200,000-year-old survival mechanism doing exactly what it was built to do. Let me make this concrete because I don't want this to just live in theory. I want you to recognize it when it's happening to you. Safety seeking in business almost never announces itself as fair. It disguises itself as being responsible, as being thorough, as just needing a little more information first. Does that sound familiar? Here's what it actually sounds like in your head. I'll raise my prices once I get a few more testimonials. Translation, I'm not ready to risk somebody saying no. How about, I need to research this a little bit more before I launch. Translation, as long as I'm researching, I can't fail. Let me just get the next client handled first. Then I'll work on my marketing. The translation for that is staying busy with what's familiar feels safer than doing what's unfamiliar and necessary. And here's the last one. I'm not going to raise these with them. It's probably fine. Translation: conflict feels more dangerous than a slow bleed of a bad situation. Notice the pattern? In every single one of those, the brain isn't stopping you because it's a bad idea. It's stopping you because the idea is unfamiliar. And unfamiliar reads as unsafe. This is the gap I talk about all the time, the space between what you're thinking and what you're actually doing. And now you know why that gap exists. It's not a character flaw. It's biology protecting the territory it thinks is under stress. The problem is that territory is your revenue, your growth, your future. And your brain is guarding it like it's a cave you need to defend instead of the business that you're trying to build. Now, I know that's a lot. And I know that you get tired. You're tired of white knuckling past this part. You force yourself. Just do the scary thing. How many times have you heard that before? Just do it. Motivation, willpower, hustle. Here's why that approach burns out fast. You're trying to use willpower, which is limited, exhaustible resources, and you're trying to override the survival system that never gets tired and never turns off. That's not a fair fight. Willpower will lose every time, eventually. This is why business owners have a great week of pushing through and then completely stall out the next week. It's not inconsistency, it's your nervous system reassessing control after you've forced it into a corner. You don't beat the system by fighting it harder. You work with it. And that's the actual skill of running a business at a higher level, not eliminating the fear response, but recognizing it fast enough that it doesn't get to make the decision for you. So here's what I want you to do with this. 3 steps I use with my clients consistently. Step 1. The moment you notice you're avoiding, delaying, over researching, or suddenly very busy with something else, say it plainly, out loud if you can. This is my brain protecting me from something that isn't actually dangerous. This single sentence does something powerful. It moves the response from your reactive brain into your rational brain. Naming it interrupts it. Step 2, ask a real question, not should I do this, but something like what I'm actually afraid of if I do this is what? And is that outcome survivable? Almost always the honest answer is yes. Losing a client is survivable. A no is survivable. An awkward conversation is survivable. Your brain is treating these things like they're fatal, and they are not. They're uncomfortable. Those very things. And your business results depends on you knowing the difference. Now here's step number 3 and the final one. Take a small next action immediately. Not the whole task, but the next action. Don't launch an offer. Write the first line of the email. Don't have that hard conversation. Send a text that says, "Can we talk next week?" The brain calms down once it sees that you're not staying frozen. Momentum, even tiny momentum, signals safety back to your nervous system. This is the whole game. Name it, question it, move before your brain finishes building a case for why not yet. Here's what I want you to sit with this week. The version of your business that's been almost ready to launch for 6 months, the price increase you've been meaning to send, the conversation that you've been putting off, none of that is stuck because you don't know what to do. It's stuck because your brain did its job. It kept you safe, comfortable, and exactly where you've always been. But safety and stuck aren't always the same thing as smart. And your revenue is not going to grow inside your comfort zone. It's going to grow in those 2 inches right outside of it. There's a gap between what you're thinking and what you're doing. Now you know why it's there. When you're ready to bridge it, that's what I'm here for. I'm Jacki, and this has been Head Office. I'll see you next week.